Welcome to another Shirtless Chef episode. Today I'm cooking chopped suey, which is usually used with like leftovers. I've got two big thigh pieces there. I'm going to use rice wine vinegar, fish sauce, oyster sauce, sesame oil because I like it, and obviously soy sauce, garlic here, a bit of salt and pepper. I probably won't put too much salt in with the chicken because there's plenty of salt into there. First step, get weird. Alright, chopping chicken. We're going to start with the vinegar. You only need a little bit of this. If you take a sip, it's quite intense. So just a wee bit. That's probably too much. Same with fish sauce, that's quite overpowering, so that's probably enough. Now with chop suey you want kind of more oyster sauce than the rest of those. Yeah, that's probably enough. Sesame oil, it's optional. I like it because it sticks to the vegetables as well, it's quite nice. That's too much. Soy sauce, soy sauce, salt. More. Right, now, because I don't have a phone holder upper, maybe I can use this tissue box. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, I'm going to add some pepper and probably like 3 teaspoons of that. I never count it, I put it in, I use feel. Alright, I did count at that time. I used probably 4. It's probably too much, but I like my garlic. So, if I have like a kilo of chicken, I'll probably put like 5, maybe even 6. I still don't know if I'm going to use ginger in this or not. Well, let's just give that a good old mix. Make sure you can hear that lovely noise. Mmm, delicious. If it doesn't make the sound of Team Spirit, you're not doing it right. And if you're wondering what the sound of Teen Spirit is, it's this. Ew, he made a dirty joke. Always scrape down the sides because your marinade and seasoning is not going to do anything if it's on the tub. You don't want it on your meat. Now with the size pieces of chicken, that's probably my biggest piece. You can cut it however you want. I want to cook this quickly, so I've kind of cut them into medium to small pieces. Depending on your dish, if it was teriyaki, I'd cut them really thin and long. But I've kind of gone with like like small pork belly bite size. Yeah, that's pretty small. Always give it a good smell. Smells like happiness. I'll be back later with the vegetables. It didn't pour. Alright, and we're back. Vegetables. I have today's carrots. Probably only use half of this because it's quite grande. I've got an onion. I have Asian cabbage, which will come into useful for the side dish I'm making, which I got the ingredients from a very, very attractive young lady. She knows who she is. And I have some bean sprouts. I got this at my local Asian grocery store. You go there for a lot of stuff. They have a lot of great things. Stuff you won't find in Coles or Woolies, and it will be a fraction of the price as well. So, to chopping. Right, now, how I chop my onion is I leave that part attached. I don't chop that part. I grab my knife and I just slice down those bits, chung 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 chung, and then I'll cut inwards like that, about in the middle, and then I'll go tut 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 tut, and that's how I cut my onion. Now, I forgot an important ingredient. Chilies. Oops. Now I'm using 4. Now, I know a lot of you saying, use the right amount, not the white amount. These are my own chilies. They're fucking hot, okay? They're hot. So 4 is enough, especially just for a small dish like this. I went and cut up my capsicum. I've got my onion in here. I ended up putting a bit of soy sauce and salt and pepper on those, just so when they go in the pan first, they cook well. So chilies, I feel like I'm forgetting something else. Yes, I was going to put some mushrooms in here as well. Bear with me. Haha! Mushrooms. Nice big ones. Big mushrooms. Now, I don't know how many I'm going to use. I've got 3 carrots, so I'll probably use 3 mushrooms as well. Probably. Now, I'm starting to put these out in order of the way they're going to be cooking. So the onion, the chicken's going to go in first just so I can brown it, and then I'm going to take it back out again. Onion, carrots, capsicum and chili can go in at the same time, and towards the end I'll put in my bean shoots. Bean shoots? Bean sprouts. Be back. Now remember, when you're chopping the chilies, make sure you wipe your hands first, give them a good wash before you do a little fucking, because that's exactly what I just did. You don't want it. You don't do what Donnie does. Right. Now I've cut these into little half moons. So grab your carrot, slice it down the middle, put the flat face down, and I cut on an angle. So you get these nice little shapy shapes. You don't want them much thicker than that. Some of them are a bit thinner than the others. I'll admit my chopping was a bit like what's that piece doing in there? It's much too thick. So this one's going to go straight to the lab for testing. Good girl. Now, make sure you wash your mushrooms. I've only just now realised I probably could have recorded all my chopping, but I didn't. So, I'm going to chop that piece off just so I can sit it nice and flat. You can chop these however you want. I'm going to chop them into pieces like that. Get rid of the nub, upside down. I might even leave some long bits in there, but that means they're going to cook at a different rate, so no. Get rid of the knob. Lovely. And that's pretty much all the vegetables done. Oh, that one. This one isn't good. Neither is that one. This one's right out as well. Can't do that. Alright, that's enough. Alright. Usually I season all these separately, but I'm gonna. Those mushrooms are good. I'm gonna let the marinade of the chicken do that. Oh, which is in the fridge, by the way. Now this, I'll probably chop this up last. Focus. I'll chop this up last and put this in the pan, like right at the end. It wilts down quite quickly, but I'm going to use a lot of it, so I'll probably use that much at least. I might even chop it in half here like that so I can cut it a bit easier and then it's a bit more manageable. Now instead of using noodles or rice, I'm going to replace it with this because I feel like it's a bit healthier and it's just, it's so good. Now, I'm also going to add some spring onion towards the end. Focus, fucking hell. Maybe even some leek, but I feel like leeks. I'm just going to do spring onion. Hang on. Fuck's sake, right. Yep, it's done. I'm now going to separate all these. Right, I'm going to separate them now. I might put a bit of garlic on these mushrooms, just so they cook lovely. Now, I feel like garlic powder is going to be better here rather than big thick garlic like this. Actually, fuck it. You know what? Oh. 2 teaspoons probably enough. Bit of fucking salt. Bit of fucking pepper. You can use regular pepper, but I'm using fucking pepper. Probably enough. Give that a good whiff. Now, I don't know what order I'm going to put these mushrooms in. Probably similar time as the capsicum and chili. The reason I put them in the chili so early is because I don't want it to blow my friggin' head off, but I want the taste there as well. Oh, gorgeous. Lovely. Alright, now I'm going to cover all these, whack them in the fridge, go relax for a while, because I only just got back home from work. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Right, I'm almost to the stage where I need some spring onions. That one's a pretty juicy one. Might leave those. And that's the one right there. Lovely. Perfect. Alright. So that's the order I'm going to cook in. I'm going to brown the chicken first. Onion. Carrot. Chilies and capsicum. Probably those at probably the same time. Alright. Let's get cooking. Alright. Bit of oil in the pan. I don't want to cook this for long. I just want to brown it. Now, I'm going to save that because I'm going to use chicken stock to cook the vegetables. And I'm going to dissolve all this with the chicken stock and then put it back in with the vegetables. Probably about where the carrots come in. Bit too high. Probably about medium heat you want. You don't want to shock the chicken too much. Lovely. Right, I'll check back in when it's ready to take out. I'll brown these off a bit more. Take it out, put it back into here, and then I'll introduce all the veggies. Okay, I've just got my onions in now. That's browned off so it's nice and whitish. Just put that on there. And then I'm going to get some chicken stock going. Right, browned off the onions. I've got some chicken stock in there. I'm going to put all those in. eventually. Cook them for a couple of minutes and then I'll chuck the mushrooms in. Alright, that's looking nice and vibrant. Now for the mushies. I need to get a phone holder upper. Anyway, I'll get the rest of that out, cook that for a bit, probably 5 minutes maybe, and then I'll add the chicken in again. Well, that's cooking away nicely. I just put in the bean sprouts, those things. I put in these. Oh, and I'll give that a good stir. Make sure everything gets incorporated. I want all that sauce to go everywhere. Starting to smell pretty good. I'll give this another good couple of minutes and I'll put the chicken in. And don't worry if it gets too saucy like this, because the cabbage is going to soak up a lot of that, I imagine, and it will thicken up over time. Oh, that's smelling good. I would give it a good shake with the pan, but I reckon all this juice there would go all over my face. While that's cooking, I'll probably chop up my spring onion. Alright, now when you reuse your knife, always give it a good clean on your steer. I don't want these too thick. I'm probably going to put a little bit in while it's cooking and then the rest for garnish. Nice and thin. I use pretty much all my spring onions. When it gets to the green bits, I cut it a little bit thicker. But thin's good as well. There we go. Nice and thin. If you always have your knuckles tucked in like that, and your thumb right at the back here, you're never going to cut yourself. Sometimes you don't even have to look. You just get a bit more confident when you're cutting. It also helps with a big heavy knife like this. You don't have to push down as hard. And it's great for scraping it up at the end as well. And I'll probably leave, that's how much I don't use. Another good thing about these knives is you can pick a lot of it up. I'm going to place this in a small bowl. Might just chop us some of these a little bit more. Just because it, the ones at the shop don't have as much onion in there. But these definitely do. Which is why I chopped them up a little bit more. Just roughly, you know. Woo! Plenty of spring in there. I'll be back in a minute. Nope. That's cooking away nicely, so I'm going to re-add the chicken back in. There you go. Is that all of it? Yeah, most of it. Lovely. Make sure this is all mixed in nicely. Now I'm super paranoid about getting raw chicken. So after I think this is cooked, I'll mix and find the biggest piece of chicken and I'll slice it in half, make sure it's all nice and white. And to taste everything that's going on to see if it needs extra loving. Already that's starting to thick up a little bit. So I'll let this get mixed around with everything. Right. Try to scrape off everything from the sides as best you can. Right, now I'll let that simmer for a bit. Alright, cabbage time. Now to make this easier, I am going to chop it up through the middle here. And I'll probably use the smaller side, which is probably, I don't know, what do you reckon? That one. Pretty easy to chop up. Just start from one end. Start chopping. Maybe I'll take off the sides first. Because then I can turn it and get a better chop. Ooh, almost got me. Probably need more here. Actually, no, that's probably enough. I actually bought a grater. I got suckered into buying one of those like 3-in-1 food graters. It's meant to be good for cabbage, but I really like using knives. I'm going to use it as much as I can here. Okay, that's probably enough. And with those thick bits like that, I'll probably just chop them up as well. Now, you might think that's too much, but like I said, it's going to wilter a lot. I will give it a rough chop. Now, I went ahead where you weren't looking, and I made a salad, which consists of this very same cabbage, crispy noodles, and I couldn't find pine nuts, so I used almonds, and I pan fried them. And then I got crispy noodle salad dressing, which you can get from Coles. Chang's crispy noodle salad dressing. Now that's the salad recipe I got off that very amazing girl I was talking about later. Sorry, lady. I'll go show you that now. Aha! This is said salad. Very nice. It probably needs more dressing than I have in there. But I was torn between whether just to throw it in with the chicken or have it on its own. I probably won't throw it in with the chicken. I'll probably just have it, on my plate, and if I want to mix it, I can. Sounds like the chicken needs a good stir again. So I'll give it a couple more minutes, and then I'll throw in all of this, and then some of this. I don't want it to wilter too much. And then I'll save the rest of this for a garnish on the end. Alright, I'll just pause that for a minute and we'll get over to the kitchen. I said I'll pause that. Alright, that's cooking away nicely. Give it a good stir. Smells great. Probably could do with a bit more green in there. Maybe if I used like a quarter of red capsicum and a quarter of a green one. But I suppose the cabbage will make it very green as well. Now this is the point of time where I was saying before, I'm going to find the biggest piece of chicken and cut it in half. Make sure it's cooked. I can't quite find it yet. That one will do. And I like to do this to taste it as well. Come on, you fucker. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to cut this in half, make sure it's cooked. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so, thank you, Zachary. That looks pretty well cooked to me. Carrots aren't too crunchy, which is good, so I'm going to taste that and see what it's like. Right now, the truth. Nice good bit of everything in there. Mmm. 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 Oh yeah. That's good. Now I'm going to add this in there. Alright, that's in. You just got to really just get this in between everything. Give it a stabby, stab, stab. Good mix. Now, it doesn't take long for this to cook. You can definitely eat it raw, like I have in the salad over there. I have half of mine to put almonds in here as well. I feel like there's enough in here already. And already you can see how much less volume that cabbage is now. It does not take a long time at all. I really just want to cook this until it thickens up a bit so it's not so saucy. Pretty good. This is probably closer to chow mein than it is chop suey. See, it's nice and thin now. The reason why I use all this cabbage is because I don't like to have noodles too much. Because the egg that's in there, it's you know, trying to lower my cholesterol. No fat, no cholesterol. That's looking like it's pretty much done. Now I'm going to garnish a bit of this. I want a bit of the stem and a bit of the green in there as well. A bit more. A bit more. Okay, there we go. Yep, give that a good mix. Oh, my hands are slippery. Nice bit of colour in there. Yes! It's looking a bit more vibrant now. There we go. Look at that. Lovely. Alright, that's pretty much done. Ready to serve. Alrighty. I'm just plating up some of this salad that I was talking about earlier. I'm glad I didn't mix it through, because now I get to mix it if I choose. A bit more almonds in there. Almonds. Alright. That's it. That's what I would call... This is probably chow mein rather than chop suey. But that's it. Ready to serve. Till next time.